I'm not an actor, a singer, or a politician. I'm Herschel Walker. Most of you know me as a football player, but I'm also a father, a man of faith, and a very good judge of character. It hurt my soul to hear the terrible names that people call Donald. The worst one is racist. And one of the things I looked up and I asked my mom is how many African American was alive today that was in slavery, which is none. Because I love America, I love this country, I love what this country stands for, and I think people need to recognize that right now. You see what's going on, and you got to see what's going on with the gas prices, with food, with everything that's going on in this economy. Look at the border, and people got to know something is wrong.
Well, you know, one of the biggest things I know is I'm going into the inner cities talking to everyone there. I want them to know who Herschel Walker is and know what I'm fighting for, that I'm fighting for the same thing they want. They want law and order. They want they be able to go to the store and be able to afford eggs and, you know, milk and gas. They want those things, the same thing as I want.
How long would you guess that you've suffered from dissociative identity disorder, or DID? I'm going to say DID from now on.
Yes, that's short. You know, I think I suffered with it for a long time. You know, I think it goes back maybe when childhood.
Your ex-wife, your college sweetheart,
yes,
she says now, thinking about it, she probably should have suspected something like this.
You know, I see what's going on. You know, I'm in the business world. Look at this economy.
Yeah.
Now, this economy happened with such a short time with this administration being in office.
Yeah.
And people act like they don't know what's going on. People, we have to wake up and vote for the right people.
You know what's sad about that, you know, to use the name of a great man to bring up something that is so bad, I think is terrible to do. You know, Senator Lewis is one of the greatest senators that's ever been, and for African American, that was absolutely incredible. I think them to throw his name on a bill of the voting rights, I think is a shame. First of all, you know, when you look at the bill, it just doesn't fit what John Lewis stood for, and I think they know that. And I think that is sad for them to do this to him.
John Lewis was never a U.S. Senator. He served in the House of Representatives for over 3 decades. He then said, to throw his name on a bill for voting rights, I think that's a shame. It just doesn't fit with what John Lewis stood for. Voting rights was the cornerstone of John Lewis's life's work. He was one of the key figures responsible for the Voting Rights Act, the landmark 1965 Voting Rights Act.
Why did you decide to get in here and run and say, you know what, I want to be part of that mix and I want to help solve these problems?
Well, this is the reason why. You see things like this that nobody has common sense. You know, I think now we have leaders in Washington that don't want to have common sense and do what's right by the people of this country, the people of Georgia. And I said, you know, it's not right. We have good people here. We have good police. We have good military. We got to protect them. But at the same time, we got to get some of this nonsense out. You know, early on, we got to first decide whether we want to have border control. There are rules to get into this country. And then I think we need to go to the people that has authority and see what is really going on, not just look at a sound bite, or not just take a sound bite. And I think she was correct in to blame this administration because they are to blame because they don't want to get down there and do anything about it. Well, don't start looking at one sound bite to make yourself look good on TV. Why are you not down there, not just for an hour, but for a little bit of time to see what's really going on and not bring race? Let's quit this separation. Until we can bring unity, which is what I want to do, bring unity into this country, to have these problems. So that's the reason I said elect people that are talking about unity, elect people that are talking about the United States of America. I'm talking about Georgia. Elect people that's talking about representing what you go to office to do. And a matter of fact, you know, we talked about the health. You know, everyone think I'm healthy, but I was diagnosed at one time as mentally unhealthy. Why are we still going over this? we've been going over the border problem for a long, long time. We've been going over so many of these problems for a long, long time, and no one seemed to be wanting to solve them. Everyone put them to the side and let's go to something else. This is a serious, serious problem to this country, and I think we got to get leaders that's going to address it, that's going to stay on it. And I hate to use this phrase here, going to stay on it like a bulldog. You got to stay on this and get it solved. And I think that's when you're going to get answers. And that's what I decided I was going to run, because I got sick of it. I got sick of hearing things that I knew was not the truth. I got sick of seeing people that they're getting sad, they're losing faith in this country. And that's the reason I said, guys, let's go back to the basics.
So I go to some of the older people for experience. And I remember my mom mentioning, how could we pay for your great-great-grandfather being burned to death? Or how could you pay for your great-great-uncle being hung?
People who think that don't know what they're talking about. Growing up in the Deep South, I've seen racism up close.
Herschel, more from you.
2022, you got a big election coming up. You got a Senate race with, with things going on that can be, that can change America. So right now they want to muddy everything up. You had, and I know we're going to talk about it later, with baseball moving out, when yet, like, wait a minute, what are you doing? You just mudding it up. Atlanta is a great city. Atlanta is a great city, but it's also is going to be the city in a year that can help put this country back in order. I'm not a politician. Don't talk like one. Don't look like one, and don't act like one, because I care about the people.